All right, welcome back. Dr. Stephen Akintayo joins me right now from Houston, Texas. Dr. Akintayo, good morning. Welcome to the program.
Good morning. Great. We are preparing. Dr. Cosmos will be arriving today. I'll be picking up from the airport. He's our keynote speaker. We have other great speakers. We're excited about the event. It's going to be great.
Okay, so let's get started because you've just gone ahead of me now to begin to speak about it. So in a few days, you'll be hosting entrepreneurs, business leaders in Houston, where you are currently. Can you paint me a picture of what is expected at that business growth conference and perhaps the unique value that participants are expected to get when they attend this conference beyond, let me put it this way, they perspire to inspire, to conspire, to motivate?
Well, so people will always put those perception of, first of all, when people talk about, motivation, I always say, do you then want to be demotivated? So there's nothing motivation is even underrated as far as I'm concerned. But again, in an economy like Africa or where we come from, every day we're seeing things that are demotivating us every day. So this is certainly something good. The motivation is needed. However, the conference is beyond motivation. It's about business growth. So we're learning funding, raising funding. We're learning about systems, strategies to scale business to the next level, marketing strategies, particularly in developed parts of the world. A lot of us do business back in Africa. But when we come to this part of the world, everybody's looking at starting, getting a job. And they keep changing. The goalposts keep shifting. It used to be nursing job that were the best. Then it's IT job. Then now AI is even going to be doing all the coding. So, yeah, what's now the future of coders, right? So the goalposts keep shifting. And so the conversation is to encourage our people that you need to consider entrepreneurship. Yes, the system is more regulated. Yes, it's more structured. But yeah, we can learn this as well. And that's why we're bringing role models. We're bringing people here who had been through. One of the speakers used to be Uber driver, practically homeless, runs one of the biggest African stores, now. So you're getting to hear from people that it is possible, the entrepreneurial journey here, even in the western part of the world.
Dr. Akintayo, your company, GTEX Holding, of course, is known in the real estate or property sector. Why are you taking this time to diversify beyond property, that is into new frontiers beyond property? And I also like to add this to the question. Perhaps what's your vision for doing this in the first place?
Well, the vision is to, help people understand that wealth is only generated through two platforms. You become an investor or you start a company. Those are the two ways. You don't get wealthy by being an employee. It has never happened. It will never happen. That's not to say being an employee is wrong. It means that what you are earning as salary can be your capital for investment or capital to start a new company. So we need more businesses. Without enough businesses, unemployment will continue. Those of us who also, migrate to the western part of the world, they're not going to respect us, right? See the respect the Jews have in America. The Indians now have it as well, and it's not because they're the nicest people, it's because they control the economy. They come here, they start businesses, they buy properties, and that is critical. Now, for us at GTEX Holdings, SASI is a new subsidiary focusing on private equity and AI. GTEX Holdings will continue to run. We now have different management running it now. Have taken a more back seat. But is the foundation. For every economic activity, real estate is the foundation, right? So we've spent the last 10 years buying lands in strategic location, huge 1,000 acres, 500 acres, 100 acres, like that. Now we need to start building things on it, right? So, and for me, GTS Holdings was that company we started, right? At some point you need to, move from starting companies to buying existing companies. You are buying them to, improve the company, change the management. Sometimes you are buying them to consolidate other things you have. So we have strategic lands. Maybe we're investing in a hotel brand, right? So that we can do what? We can then buy, we can build one of those hotels, on one of the lands we already have. Maybe we're partnering with a mall, franchise that do retail, right? So that we can then partner. Maybe we're partnering with a school, so we can then. So we're at the phase where we can't build a school afresh, build a mall afresh, build a hospital afresh, You may want to just invest into existing companies, then they consolidate the other businesses you have.
Doctor, you just mentioned, is this Sassy Holdings? If I get you right. What's the meaning of that Sassy Holdings? With, I guess this is a new thing, but I would like you to take me behind the scenes into some of the things.
That's why you want to know the meaning.
Okay, you can. I'm always going granular and always asking you the questions that perhaps others don't ask. So you may want to reveal, or you may not also want to reveal, but I would like you to take me behind the scenes to get into perhaps the ventures that this company will be doing and how you see them shaping both U.S. and African markets, perhaps the new investments we need to be watching out for in the months ahead.
Good question. So Sassy is an Stephen Akintayo Company International, right? But some people are given different, their own variation, but that's fine. It could be anything. But it's Sassy Holdings, and like I said, for me right now, I'm done with starting new companies. It's no longer what I think I should be doing. I think at this point, you've started a company, you scale it. You want to begin to mentor other people who are starting companies and sharing your journey. 2, you want to invest in those kind of companies, right? To see how you can use your resources to scale those companies. So we're a private equity firm where, we're also going to be doing venture capital as well, investing in small businesses, taking position. It's a new journey for me. It's part of why I went to Harvard. I'm excited about it. I love new things. I'm not good at day-to-day boring operations of running a company. But the good news with this role is we are looking at new companies, we're buying equity in them, we're seeing how we can turn a $10 million company to $100 million. Right? So those are some of the areas. But AI, myself and my 2 friends here in Texas are starting an AI company. It's going to be really massive.
Okay. I was actually coming to that.
Yeah, so I'm particular about that. Whatever company we buy, AI has to be, introduced into it. We have to leverage AI to increase productivity in those companies.
And you just recently also published books on AI. I would like you to, 5 books actually. I would like you to speak to me about the unifying message across these books that you would like your readers to take away. One of your titles, AI for Pastors, Unlock the AI Gold Mine. You have some other titles too. So I would like you to speak to me about what you want the readers to take away from this. And are those books free?
Yeah, the books are free. I'm sure your team probably is pulling up the QR code. People can scan it and then download the book for free. We decide to just make it free. And for me, one of the major concerns is I don't want Africans to be left behind with the AI revolution. It's here to stay. It's dangerous. It has its own implication. We've seen how social media also came. We're one of the big guys in social media when it started. We used to do digital marketing and help people push their businesses using social media. But many religious leaders, were really reluctant. If I remember, they were the ones who were reluctant to be on social media. They used to complain, "Oh, you people are on social media." And at the end of the day, religious institution became victim of social media, not just in trolling, but it also became a platform where a lot of crime were going on, a lot of moral values were being eroded and literally murdered, as it were. And so one of the reasons the AI for pastors is to say, you need to take control, particularly in the area of right, to influence the right thing, because AI is feeding up the data you give it right now. Of course, it's going to gradually learn for itself, make decisions for itself, begin to talk its own talk, as it were. But you need to have control and grip right now. Else, we will have AI infrastructure, AI tools all over the world that do not have the conservative values that you and I have. Just similar to what's going on with social media today, where social media is losing the moral compacts. Anybody can wake up. There was a guy, the parents are begging Nigerians because maybe a senator's wife was accused of something, and then they got in the court remanded him in prison. But if you watch the clip, the guy was saying, "Take me to court, and was defaming someone. And was even saying, "Take me to court." Now family members are coming, 3 months is in jail, begging everyone to appeal on his behalf. But that's what social media is done to. Now AI would be worse, right, than social media if we don't have a grip. And also some of the book talk about businesses you can start with AI, how you can position yourself with AI, how to influence existing businesses with AI and increase your productivity to another level.
One of your titles, AI for Pastors, that's interested me. So you're taking AI beyond the boardrooms now to the pulpit, and I'm wondering what is inspiring this and how technology will reshape the way perhaps faith and evangelism is being practiced. I know this is a money program, but I'm just inquisitive as to why you wrote that AI for Pastors, then unlock the AI gold mine, which you actually did say that entrepreneurs in America earn in excess of $100,000, perhaps even monthly. So for viewers watching us right now, I'd like you to give my viewers, one practical step that they can take to immediately start unlocking that potential.
Yeah, I mean, for pastors, evangelism has changed. It took a while for a lot of people to realize it, but it's really changed. You have to, leverage on AI to evangelize right now. And the earlier you get on top of it, the better. I mean, we saw what's happening with the likes of Jerry Eze, Joshua Selman, literally redefining, church growth, right? And at the forefront of that was just leveraging on technology. And AI is the next in line in terms of that, conversation. And so that the one for pastors just opening them up to the ideas of leveraging an AI for church growth and management, administration, and all that. But for an entrepreneur, right now, you can set up an AI agent, for example, to do all your marketing, right? And literally, you can have 1,000 employees today using AI agents. The 1,000 employees can call customers. They can, educate the customer about your product. They can close the customer. Remember, they don't have emotions. They don't have feelings. I know how some, human customer service get emotional when customer is angry or the person is not trying to buy from them. AI doesn't have that problem. AI doesn't fall sick. AI doesn't ask for salary increase. So you can imagine the scale of accelerating growth in companies when they're able to leverage on AI in that manner. Literally, we're in an age where for the first time, somebody can become a billionaire with AI without even having human employee. One-man company with multiple AI employees can hit trillions in dollars in the next 20 years. We are going to have the first trillionaire through AI. So this is huge. This is life-changing. But more importantly is also some businesses are going to be dead, if they refuse to accept AI. A lot of people are also going to lose their job if they refuse to accept AI, because what AI will do is that what used to take, I'll give you a practical example. This happened in China. The man was a presenter just like you, but he was, all those telemarketing, those TV infomercial or something, where you are selling something on TV.
Yes, you're right.
And then this guy used to do maybe 2-hour show trying to sell different products. Now they decide to use AI. They clone, how AI, you can have your AI version. So they uploaded over different, I think over 1 million documents of different products, their price points, the Q&A, everything on that AI. And then the AI avatar, as it were, was talking, and then he was on air for 18 hours. Nancy, this AI guy sold over $6 million in 18 hours to Chinese consumers. Right. Meanwhile, the highest his human version ever sold was not even up to $500,000. So the world has changed.
Do you think that we're taking this issue of AI seriously? Both the pros and the cons. Because a colleague of mine, I think a few days ago, was cloned, using AI. I saw it trending on WhatsApp. Immediately I saw it, I just knew it was wrong. But even in these current days, many people don't even know the difference between an AI-generated object and the real version of it. So where do we now draw the line? And well, I suppose perhaps that should be your books too. I don't know if you wrote some of these things in your books beyond even the benefits.
AI, yes, under the book on AI Revolution, we talked about this. I think African countries, and it's part of one of the things, the new AI company I have, I partner with 2 other guys. I'm the only black guy on the team of founders. But one of the reasons why I joined them was because they already wanted to do it. I said, no, I need to join you guys so that we can bring some of these solutions to African governments. I think right now we don't even have AI policies, right? Our legislatures are they're not even, there's so much. And again, that's my fear, that we'll just be behind with this whole thing, right? And then be victims in a large way. Like if you think misinformation is big now with social media, as AI jumps on it, it's going to be worse. Literally, we can have a video of someone going to rob a bank and it's not him, right? And he's out there and everybody's saying, but this is you. This is you. So there's so much that is going to happen the next. It's really scary. Unfortunately, we're not having government parastatals, really take this serious. So we're not taking it serious, to be honest. We're not. I also will say we also must be on top of channeling our people's concern towards the positive part of this. Because right now what we're seeing is a digital economy where, because people are able to make money on social media, they will do anything and push out anything just so that it can trend. You see the point now, and then they make money off it. So I'm saying, can we also quickly push AI from that monetization perspective before, people are thinking the evil aspect of it, right? How do I, start using AI to be able to offer job services, right, to people? If I used to be a web designer and maybe I could design one website a day, right? I can use AI agents to start helping me design my website. Instead of charging, let's say $500 per website, now I can charge $50, right? Because I have 1,000 AI agents that can chunk out 1,000 websites or more in a day, right? That scales my income. That really turns everything around for me as a business. So that's part of why the book is to channel people's attention to say, let's look at the positive, let's look at the opportunity to make money. And that's why I'm even making it free for people to download the book. It's free. Just scan the QR code and, fill the form, and you see the book in your inbox or spam box. Except you don't want the audio or video version, that's when you pay maybe $2. But my goal here is to create a major revolution, make sure our people are not behind on this. Even at the Business Growth Conference in Houston this weekend, those are some of the conversations. How do we're here. Most of us have businesses all over the world, so we live practically in different countries. I now practically live here in the US. Used to live in Dubai. But how do we influence our people here? Okay, we just finished the London version of the Business Growth Conference as well. The same conversation. We need Africans to start doing business. We need to think entrepreneurship. With AI, all this, which job can I get? AI is taking over most of the jobs. So all of us will either be self-employed or we own big corporations or we're investors. That's the future.
But doctor, everybody cannot also be a founder. Everybody is not also wired to be an entrepreneur. I think we should also, be a bit more circumspect in terms of, putting this forward, because not everybody is created to be a founder. Not everybody is created to be an entrepreneur. Some are entrepreneurs. Some are wired to also work for people. Because it takes a lot to start up a business, to scale it and all of that. We can't all be business owners. And that is why you're also seeing a lot of businesses fail in Nigeria, because it takes a lot to start a business. What we're having in Nigeria is, like, I call it the hustler mentality. They are survivalist strategy businesses. If this one don't work, you enter another one, this one, just to keep body and soul together. So I think we should be a bit more circumspect. Because even as an employee, you can actually also be wealthy as an employee, but it depends on what you do with your money. Are you pushing your money also into wealth building strategies? I can have this conversation for you the whole day.
You and I agree on this, right? And we agree on the fact that not everybody can be entrepreneurs, right? However, the reason why people are failing in entrepreneurship is not because they can't be successful in entrepreneurship, right? It's because people are not trained. People are not prioritizing knowledge. There is no born entrepreneur. You can't have a born doctor. You don't have a born lawyer. You have to be trained. So people are excited to go to university to be trained to be a nurse, to be a lawyer, to be a doctor, and nobody is arguing with anyone that anyone cannot be trained to be a doctor or a lawyer. But we all argue whether we can be trained to be entrepreneurs. We all believe entrepreneurship can just be in your gene. Even if you are more wired to be an entrepreneur, if you are not trained, you don't have mentors, you don't go for conferences and trainings, you will still fail. And this is my own argument about that. And to be honest with you, in a society where there is no more job, the job numbers, even here in America, even though Donald Trump wasn't happy about it, drop. The more AI take over, the more we're going to have job drop. Let's be honest.
Job losses. So I get what you're saying, yes, that we need to begin to also evolve with time. Yes.
Yeah, job is changing. So it's changing from I'm an accountant for Nancy Enterprise Corporation alone to, yes, I have accounting background, but maybe I will now have AI agents that are accountants, and I can then be providing accounting services
That
to
can help
many
you be more
employers.
productive, because yes,
Exactly.
AI can actually also make you more productive. It depends on also how you use it. It can also make you lazy, our brain power now is going. But you've tailored books, of course, for audiences across Nigeria, UK, the US, and perhaps Dubai or the other regions. What opportunities do you think that business leaders in this market face, especially now adopting AI? I would also take a look at this question. As you now embark on this, your new journey, your company, GTEX Holdings, remain rooted in property, that is in the property business. How do you plan on innovating in that space, while pursuing this broader investment? Because that space is also, I wouldn't say it's crowded, because we also need a lot more investment in that space, the housing deficits that we have. So, shoot.
Well, so the real estate sector definitely needs a lot of innovation, because when you look at cost of building, there's a huge housing deficit, yes. Some people say 20 million and all of that. But our major problem right now is, how do we build houses at a cheap, that is affordable? But that's quite difficult, because land cost on its own is a major issue. And we're also facing the Land Use Act that technically has made government to be the largest land grabbers right now. Okay? Because you are having a situation whereby any government can just come and say, well, we put a decision here, we take over this land, or they didn't, And so there's just too much around that space. So innovation is needed. For building houses, we're coming to an era where very soon robots, that's already happening in China, but it's going to increasingly happen also back in Africa, where you have robots that are going to do the construction of houses. Again, it may, and that's why everybody has to rethink. We all have to just rethink these things, right? Understanding the future of the world and how things are largely changing. But our real estate business will continue to grow, because there's so much opportunity in that space. But as you know, the last 2 years have pulled back now. We have a group CEO, we have a management team. I'm not much involved. I just come regularly, see what they're doing, encourage them, do board meetings, and that's it from my end. But what I see that the new company will add to this is that we now start bringing complementary. So imagine we have we invest in a massive construction company here in the US, right? It's easy to then, expand that construction company to Nigeria. You see now to then support what the real estate GTEX Holding is doing in Nigeria. So our goal is that the companies we're going to be investing in will be able to complement what GTEX Holdings is still doing, so that there is, but of course they are separately run and they just complement each other and they, patronize each other.
Okay. You've hosted many conferences, attended also many conferences. Your conference is coming up this weekend. From your experience, what do you think is the true value of gatherings like the Business Growth Conference, or even, that you're putting together? Is it about the learning? Is it about the networking? Or is it about something deeper?
Well, so I think it's everything. When Saul was in the midst of prophecy, prophesied, there is something about that atmosphere. There's something about that network. There's something about being in the midst of other entrepreneurs. We all, bleed the same blood. We all have the same problem, same challenges that we all face. But what that does, when you are particularly in the midst of those who have gone farther, then you are inspired. Your dreams become bigger and taller, and you're able to confront them better. One of the quotes I always say is that the step of a giant is a marathon for a dwarf. When you are in a meeting of giants, right, you begin to run better. because you can now see that these challenges are general. Otedola just released his book, right? And you could see all that he faced, and that just tells you as a business owner to say, look, at some point in your business, people will call you names. You know what it means. I think one of the quotes there was the president, as at that time, literally calling him names and was very furious with him based on what people have gone to say. So when you listen to people who are bigger, and that's one of the reasons why I've really partnered with Dr. Cosmos for this, is that someone like them who are, 50
Dr.
years
Cosmos is of the Coscaris group. Oh, yeah.
Yes, the chairman, founder, Coscaris group. He's the keynote speaker. Someone like that can help younger entrepreneurs understand the journey. There's so much noise that you as an entrepreneur will be faced with. And if you're not careful, even though you're on the right track, the noise tells you something's wrong. And there's nothing wrong. You're just on a journey. It's just a phase that you're in. But so it's deeper than just we're attending a conference. My life has been shaped from conferences, the quality of people I meet there. I just finished the quality of people I met there, right? I mean, some of them are becoming business partners now. So we need to understand how powerful this is. You will not scale any business, whether locally back in Africa or in the Western world, if you don't invest in attending trainings and conferences. You will not.
Okay, but for those interested that want to really attend this, perhaps our diaspora brothers and sisters there, is there anything they can do?
Sure. Yes, you want to go to the website, www.businessgrowthconference.org to register. For those who are listening and want to join virtually, there's a virtual option as well to be part of it. You can join virtually, www.businessgrowthconference.org is the website. I think there's another QR code you can scan to register. Yeah. So either you come in person or you join virtually, but it promises to be a real life-changing conference, I can assure you.
So how do you intend, as we round up, because we have less than 5 minutes to round up, how do you intend to use Sassy Holdings, your new books, your foundation, to, reshape the minds of young Africans, especially as a platform to empower a new generation of, entrepreneurs in Nigeria and even beyond Nigeria? You can answer that quickly because a lot of questions are coming in from our viewers, and I hope we have like a minute or two to take some of them.
Well, I will say that for me, one Sassy Holding is an opportunity for, because a lot of people definitely are going to be partnering with me, investing with us to acquire companies. We're open to people who are experienced in this area to join, because it's also a learning curve for me. It's like, and sometimes people don't understand there's a difference between starting companies and then you evolve into, you are not starting the company, you're picking existing companies and then scaling them, right? And so which is the right company? What's the acquisition process? How do you influence the management to scale? Do you change? Do you, all that is a whole new world. And so I'm very open to partnership, but I'm excited because it's also an opportunity to train people to get exposure. Right now, I'm going to be doing a lot of conferences around AI. Some of them are going to be free because, again, I don't want us to be behind. I know the danger of AI. I know the benefits of AI. And the only thing is you want to get ahead of it, have a grip on it, and then influence, the direction it takes, at least for the tools you're using.
Okay.
So I'm excited.
Okay, let's take a few questions now. This is coming in and it says, please, can you help me with the link to the 5 new books on AI? There's a barcode we've been showing, so please scan that QR code. You can get the 5 new books on AI by Dr. Stephen Akintayo. This is coming in. I will want to know about your brand, and I want to learn a lot from you, ma. Thank you very much. I do this every day, so you can learn a lot from me and also from Dr. Akintayo. This is coming from Solomon Izika. I'm desperately willing to know more and be educated, ma. Okay, we're doing that right now. Scan the QR code on the screen. Can it be put on the screen so that people can scan and they get the books? Okay. Sorry, the QR code can only takes me to the... How can I download the books? I think that QR code... Okay, that's it on the screen there. So scan the QR code and you'll be able to download the books. This is Emmanuel. He's saying, how can I use AI to do my real estate marketing to have massive sales? I think Dr. Akintayo has given you a bit of it. So perhaps you also need to download those books and you are able to read through. I also want to say, you know, a lot of us possess this device in our hand and we're not using it mostly for educative purposes. So the more you use your phone, go on like YouTube, go on even website, go just read, research. You are able to know a lot more things. This is coming. Can you throw more light on how you were able to build a system that now enables you to transit from one sector to another? Shambo from Otta. They should come for your conference because you said this a few times. Okay, so I think that's the few we can take because we just have to go now. But what are your final thoughts? Do you want to take any? Perhaps to answer Shambo from Otta, if you can, in just 1 minute, we have to go, or less than that.
Well, I would just say AI is not going to take the job. AI is going to take everybody's job, but it's not going to take the job of those who use AI. AI is going to take people's businesses, but it's not going to take the business of those who use AI. So we have to use AI. We have no choice, but we have to also be cautious. We have to understand what we're using, and that's why education is important. I'll leave it at that. I look forward to seeing you either virtually or physically at the Business Growth Conference in Houston.
All right. Thank you very much, Dr. Akintayo. I think we've done justice to this, your session this morning. Thank you very much, and I wish you well.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
All right. I've been speaking with Dr. Stephen Akintayo. We've been looking at the Business Growth Conference set